if your favorite football team suddenly signed the world's best player overnight? Or imagine waking up to find out your club just sold its biggest star to a rival. Can teams really buy and sell players whenever they want? The answer is, not exactly. That's because football has something called the transfer window, a special period when clubs are officially allowed to sign and sell players. But why does it exist? Who decides when it opens and closes? And what happens if a club tries to sign a player after the deadline? By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how the transfer window works, why it's so important, and how million-dollar deals happen in just a few hours. Let's get started. The transfer window is a specific period during the year when football clubs can officially register new players from other clubs. Think of it like a shopping season. Just as stores have special sale events, football clubs have special periods when they can do business. Outside the transfer window, clubs usually cannot register newly signed players to play competitive matches. This system keeps competitions fair and prevents teams from constantly changing their squads during the season. Imagine if clubs could buy players every single week. A team losing several matches could simply purchase 3 superstars before the next game. That wouldn't be fair. The transfer window forces clubs to plan ahead. Managers must build balanced squads before the season starts instead of fixing every problem instantly. It also creates stability for players, clubs, and competitions. Without transfer windows, leagues would become chaotic. Most football leagues have 2 transfer windows every year. The summer transfer window. This is the biggest one. It happens before the new season begins. Most clubs spend the majority of their money during this period. Many world record transfers happen in the summer. Entire squads can change before the first match. This one happens halfway through the season. It's much shorter. Teams usually buy players to solve problems like injuries, poor performances, or missing positions. Some clubs fight to avoid relegation. Others buy players to help win the league title. Even though it's smaller than the summer window, huge transfers can still happen. A transfer isn't as simple as buying something online. There are several important steps. First, one club contacts another club and makes an offer. The selling club can accept, reject, or negotiate for a higher price. If both clubs agree, the player still has to agree as well. The player negotiates salary, contract length, bonuses, and personal terms. Only after everyone agrees can the transfer become official. Finally, the league registers a player before the transfer deadline. Only then can the player represent the new club in official competitions. A transfer fee is the amount of money one club pays another to buy a player's contract. Some transfer fees are incredibly high. The biggest transfers in football history have cost well over $100 million, but the fee doesn't go directly to the player. It goes to the club that owns the player's contract. The player earns money through salary, bonuses, and other contract payments, yes, and these are called free transfers. If a player's contract expires, they are free to join another club without any transfer fee. The new club doesn't have to pay the old club. Instead, they usually offer the player a better salary or a signing bonus. Many famous football stars have changed clubs through free transfers. Deadline day is the final day of the transfer window, and it's one of the craziest days in football. Clubs rush to finish negotiations before time runs out. Journalists constantly report breaking news. Fans refresh social media every few minutes. Sometimes a transfer worth millions of dollars is completed just minutes before the deadline. Other times, deals collapse because paperwork isn't finished in time. That's why deadline day is one of the most exciting events in football every year. Absolutely. Even if both clubs agree on the transfer fee, the player still has the final decision. If a player doesn't like the contract, the city, the manager, or the project, they can simply say no. Without the player's agreement, the transfer cannot happen. This gives players significant control over their careers. Not at the same time. Once a transfer is completed, the player's registration belongs to the new club. If another club wants that player, they must negotiate with a new club. Every official transfer updates the player's registration. Sometimes clubs don't permanently sell a player. Instead, they loan the player to another club for a short period. The player returns after the loan ends unless both clubs agree on a permanent transfer. Loans help young players gain experience and give clubs temporary solutions. Several factors affect a player's price: age, skill level, performance, potential, contract length, popularity, even market demand. If many clubs want the same player, the price usually increases dramatically. That's why transfer fees can become incredibly expensive. So, here's what we learned. The transfer window is the only period when clubs can officially register most new players. There are usually 2 windows each year. Summer is the biggest. Winter helps clubs fix problems during the season. Every transfer requires agreement between the buying club, the selling club, and the player. Some transfers cost hundreds of millions. Others happen for free when contracts expire. And deadline day creates some of the biggest drama in football every single year. Now the next time you hear the words, "Here we go," or "Transfer confirmed," you'll know exactly what happened behind the scenes. If you enjoyed this video and want football explained in the simplest way possible, make sure to subscribe because there's a lot more coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.